impulse control. You have to test the person's impulse control, or at least observe the person's impulse control. And this is why. A person with a low impulse control, who has no control over their desire, is gonna lead a less successful life. Is gonna earn less. It's gonna make more bad financial decisions. They're gonna have more debt. Those types of people will drag you down. If you're somebody who has impulse control, dating someone who has no impulse control could potentially that trait can potentially be infected in you. So how do you notice this person has low impulse control? One, you notice it with money. Money is money has an emotional factor to it. It's not just monetary. People who have a low impulse always have debt. They always have that. I'm not talking about like good debt, you know. I'm talking about bad debt where they max their credit cards out. And a lot of the times, these people who have low impulse control, they don't tell you that. They don't tell you about the debt. They don't tell you about how much their lack of control causes problems because they're ashamed of it. You know, like a lot of the times, people who can't control their impulses, they're ashamed at the fact that they can't control it. So they try to hide how they actually are. And these types of people will cheat more. They will they not yeah cheat more. My fault. I'm losing my train of thought. They will be more in debt. They will have more criminal records. Those are the types of people who have no patience, where they look for shortcuts. So a lot of those people might turn to crime, or maybe have scammed people in the past, or maybe they have so much desire to gain something without patience that, like I said, they just end up doing criminal type of stuff, Bronx type of shit. People, okay. So impulse control is very important, and you'll notice it. Other signs is that they're addicted to things, right? They have a lot of drug addictions. They gamble. They're thrill seekers. They're adrenaline junkies. Yeah, people. Look, those people make great friends. They make great friends with benefits, but long-term partners, it may not work out, because those people they are chasing a high. Right? When you have low impulse control, you naturally atrophy to seeking the high, seeking the dragon. In other words, when you can't control your emotions, you're not at peace with being at peace. It's not something that you can achieve. So the only thing those types of people can achieve is highs and lows. And if they're just living their life without you, that's fine. But with you as their partner, that could ruin you. That could completely ruin you, man. So that's one thing. Impulse control. Test that. Observe that. You could easily observe a person's impulse control over time by just observing how much they're able to, how much they delay gratification, how long they could wait, whether or not they can set a plan and follow it through without skipping steps. Are they focused on detail, or are they generalists and they don't like the details? All of those things, like being detailed oriented, requires a certain level of focus and impulse control. Being able to think long term and plan it out and execute it takes impulse control. And we could see how that's one trait you have to test in a person. You have to. The next one, conflict resolution. How they handle conflict. How they handle conflict is a reflection of their ego, of their self-esteem, of how they could take criticism. So it's not just solving problems, but it's also solving problems when you're the problem, right? So it's very easy to solve other people's problems, but it's not easy when we have to admit that we are the problem in a group of people. So you'll notice it by when you criticize them, you'll notice that they can't handle criticism. That's one thing, right? They cannot handle criticism, or they're very jealous, very jealous people. And so you praising other people, they want the attention back at them. So you can also say that these people are very self-absorbed. And also when you're dating people, you're going to end up having disagreements. That's just life, right? And these types of people don't like disagreement. The problem with these people is that they usually put on a front in the beginning. They act like they act like they're very self-aware and stuff like that. But this mask tends to slip the more they know you. The more they know you, the more comfortable they get with being who they are, right? And what you'll notice is that these are very stubborn people. They don't like taking criticism. They love criticizing you, but they don't like receiving the criticism. So that the ability to take criticism, to communicate and have tough conversations are things you have to test out. And the way you test it out is that as you're dating them, you have those tough conversations. You are honest about the things that they're doing that maybe you want to see changed, but also you are also honest with them when they have things that they want to change in you, right? So you see, like that's their problem, right? That people who are not good at this love to solve other people's problems, but they don't like when their fingers pointed at them, right? So it's very important to criticize your partners when it's necessary in the beginning, right? Because it'll reveal to you a part of their personality, right? Do they start gaslighting you? Do they start being manipulative, right? Do they start getting defensive, angry, or attacking your character just because you're pointing out a flaw, right? Those types of people you shouldn't really entertain. If you start seeing resistance at your criticism about them, you should walk away. The next one is emotional intelligence. You have to test the person's emotional intelligence. So how do you do that? Well, you observe them, right? Pay attention to how they interact with others, handle conflict, and respond to different emotions. Notice their empathy, communication style, and emotional regulation in various situations. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have two nieces, one is 19 and one is 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside, because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're going to be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man. Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one would teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control, and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women on power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship. And this, a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. And how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you could read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you could pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two, people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. I'm closing the channel.